good? What's good? It's Tony. I am back yet once again to the YouTube space after another short pause due to the post-surgery recovery and going right into the holidays. It's just been really difficult to, sit down here and put one of these together, but I am back and hopefully here to stay, barring any things happening, life be life. And I hope that everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving and a wonderful Christmas, and you are all getting ready to bring in a new year the best way you know how. And we're going to get right into this video. One of the biggest purchases that I've made this year, and I want to say one of the best decisions I've made this year when it comes to photography and videography, is jumping on the hype train and getting the Nikon ZR. All other gear that I own, all the cameras, and I've owned quite a bit, I've sold them all, and now all I have is the Nikon ZR and my Nikon F3. Crazy. All this time people have been talking trash about Nikon, how it's a potato and whatnot, and I had to come to my senses and realize, some of the best food that I like to eat are made from potatoes. I'm glad I made this decision to move over to Nikon, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm not sitting here trying to tell you, this is why you should buy a Nikon. I'm just telling you why I like it. My journey in trying out different camera brands and different bodies, finally coming to my conclusion, my final decision on why I chose Nikon. I'm not sitting here trying to sell you a camera. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you, hey, go sell all your gear and go Nikon, because, everyone's journey in this camera world is so different. And for me, it's been a pretty long journey in the last 5 years of trying out different cameras. I thoroughly enjoy using this camera, and I think that's one of the most important things is, feeling inspired to pick up that camera, have ideas, go and execute them, enjoy the process using the camera, taking the files back to post and working with them and bringing them to a place where you really enjoy your work and it gets out of your way. And I feel like that's what this camera has done for me. And that's why I like it so much, is because it has inspired me to want to pick it up. The size of it is, it's comfortable to use. The file sizes are small. The image quality is amazing. And not to mention, the biggest sell of it all is the red raw. Now, I'm a hybrid creator, so I leaned into the Nikon ZR because I wanted to do more video, and I felt like this was one of the cameras that I felt was going to help me create the kind of videos that I wanted to make. And so far, it has not disappointed. I gotta say, the red raw files, they're massive. This is true. However, what you get out of them, the dynamic range that you get, the colors that you get out of it, oh my God, it has made my editing process so much faster, so much smoother, so much so that I don't have to edit in a way where I have to create a base and then do the styling. I feel like the colors straight out of camera already look amazing, and once I drop that conversion LUT, it's basically up to me to take that file, to take that video into the place where I want it to go without having to do the legwork at the beginning to get it to that base level of where I feel comfortable, where okay, now I can stylize and grade it the way that I want. And that's important for me because I want to be more efficient and I want to spend less time in front of the computer. And the same thing goes for on the photo side. On the photo side, the images, the files straight out of camera are already amazing. The blacks are so rich and the colors are just amazing to work with. It already looks really true to life for me. So then after that, it's basically just editing in a way where I can I can put my style into the image, which is also, you know what I'm saying, another aspect of why I really like it so much. And I was blown away at the beginning, like, oh my God, like wow, straight up camera, amazing, really true to life. Colors are really rich, and it gets me to a point where I can just freely push the file in a direction where I want it to go. And especially now moving into my photography journey where I want my edits to look more natural. You know, one of the things that I've learned over time is that some of the best edits are the ones that look like it's already there. You know what I mean? Like you can't even really tell that it's an edit, you know? And that's where I wanted to get with my photography. It just has elevated the way that I work, and my workflow has been seamless. I feel like that's probably the right word to use for it. It feels like it's been so streamlined that I don't spend a lot of time in front of the computer or on a photo shoot. I can easily just whip those things out and push it out to the client or the model and get them out on social media snappy. So it has been a tremendous jump in how I work in my productivity. One of the things that is probably an issue for some, and that's the fact that its flash sync is only 1/60. Now, mind you, this camera is not designed specifically for photo. It's a video first camera. So expecting it to do all the things that a photo-centric camera can do is not really the frame of mind to have when it comes to certain cameras. Speaking specifically on this one, you know, if you wanted a camera that shoots a higher flashing speed, then, you know, there's a Z6 III or a Z8 or another camera brand that shoots higher sync speeds. So you can't fault a camera for not being something that it's not, essentially. And I think that goes for a lot of things in life, not just cameras, but we're not here for all that other jazz. But yeah, man, I really feel like this camera has really elevated my workflow, has elevated my approach to photography and videography. I feel reinvigorated. I feel so ready for 2026 because I've done a lot of photo shoots already, and I shot a lot of video to accompany those photo shoots with this camera over the last month. And I didn't want to jump on the hype train right away and go on YouTube and start making a video about this Nikon, and I haven't really given it, you know, the fair shake of actually using it and how I felt about it genuinely, not just getting on here and just be like, oh my God, new camera. No, that's not what I want this channel to be about. I'm not trying to sit here and hype people up. You know, this is just my experience, and you can take that with however you want. You know, that's on you. I just wanted to get on here and, you know, get back into the YouTube space. I felt like this was the right way because so many changes have happened over the last month for me. You know, please feel free to jump on the comments and let me know what you think about the camera. If you've used it or if you have any questions about the camera, feel free to jump on the comments. Let's have a conversation. One of the things in 2026, I really want to build more community. You know, a lot of times I spend by myself doing this photography and videography thing, you know, with the exception to the folks that I know on Instagram and that I've met personally throughout this journey. So definitely hit me up. Let's connect. Let's chop it up. So yeah, I will catch you all on the next one. And if I don't see you again in 2025, then you will definitely be hearing from me in 2026. But I will like to put out at least 2 more videos before the year ends just to get that momentum going. So yeah, I will see you all on the next one.